Chapter 1 Computer Language. In this chapter, types of computer languages, low level language, high level language, third generation, fourth generation languages, fifth generation languages. The computer that you see today is a result of plenty of hard work done by many people over the years. First computer programmer, Lady Ada Lovelace, 10 December 1815 to 27 November 1852, was an English mathematician and writer well known for her work on Charles Babbage's proposed mechanical general-purpose computer called the analytical engine. She also created the first algorithm and is considered the world's first computer programmer. Languages are means of communications. Normally, people interact with each other through a language. In the same way, communication with a computer is carried out through a language. This language is understood by both the user and the machine. For this purpose, different languages are developed for performing different types of work on the computer. Types of computer languages. Computer languages are basically classified into two types: low-level languages and high-level languages. Computer language. Low-level language. Machine language, first generation. Assembly language, second generation language. High-level language. C, C++, third generation. Java, COBOL, fourth generation. Artificial intelligence, fifth generation. Low-level language. Low-level languages are machine-oriented languages. This means they are directly understood by the computer. A computer cannot understand instructions given to it in English. It can only understand and execute instructions given in the form of machine language, that is, binary numbers. These languages are difficult for a common programmer to learn. There are two types of low-level languages: machine language, assembly language. Machine language, first generation. It is the only language that computer understands. Actually, the language is written in binary code of 0 and 1, where 0 means off state and 1 means on state. A group of such digits is called an instruction, and it is translated into a command that the central processing unit or CPU understands. Machine language was used in the first generation of computers, so the earliest programs were written in this language. It is difficult to read and write as it uses binary system. It is extremely machine-dependent language. So, machine language is regarded as a low-level language. A machine language program written on one computer may or may not run on another computer. Because of this, very few people opt for specialization in machine language. Features of machine language. It is a set of instructions written as a pattern of bits 0 and 1. It is the most primitive computer language. It is a machine-dependent language. Advantages. Program of machine language runs very fast because no translation program is required for the CPU. It makes fast and efficient use of the computer. Do you know machine language is also called first generation language? Disadvantages. All operation codes have to be remembered. It is difficult to debug the program. Assembly language or second generation. Assembly languages were first developed in 1950s and were called as the second generation programming languages. They greatly reduced much of the error-prone and time-consuming process of writing in a machine language. Assembly language is a set of codes that can run directly on the computer's processor. This type of language is most appropriate in writing operating systems and maintaining desktop applications. With the assembly language, it is easier for a programmer to define commands and easier to understand and use as compared to a machine language. In assembly language, the operation codes and operands are given in the form of alphanumeric symbols instead of 0 and 1. These alphanumeric symbols are known as mnemonic codes and can combine in a maximum of 5-letter combinations. For example, add for addition, sub for subtraction, start, label, etc. It is because of this feature that assembly language is also known as symbolic programming language. Features of assembly language. It is written in the form of abbreviations called mnemonics. It is also a machine-dependent language. It requires a translation program for converting into a machine language. Advantages. It is easier to understand and saves a lot of time and effort of the programmer. It is relatively easier to correct errors and modify program instructions. Disadvantages. It is also machine dependent. The programs written for one computer cannot run on another computer. High level language, third generation. High level languages are easier for a programmer to understand. They are generally not dependent on any particular computer machine. These languages use formats that are similar to English. The purpose of developing high level languages was to enable people to write programs easily in English language. It is designed in such a way so that it is easier to use, more abstract and more portable. Some popular high-level languages are C, C++, Java, Basic, Fortran, etc. High-level languages are simple languages that use English and mathematical symbols like plus, minus, percentage, division, etc. Each instruction in the high-level language is translated into many machine language instructions that the computer can understand. Features of high-level language. Instructions are written using the English words and mathematical operators. These languages are not machine dependent. These languages require a translation program for converting high-level language into a machine language. No more. Plankalkul was the first high-level language designed for computers created by Konrad Zuse. Advantages. It is simple and user-friendly language. They require less time to write. Programs developed in high-level language are easy to modify and can be run on any computer. Disadvantages. A high-level language has to be translated into the machine language by a translator, which takes up time. It provides programming facilities for performing certain operations. Types of high-level languages. Many languages have been developed for achieving a variety of different tasks. Some are fairly specialized and others are quite general. Let us have a look at some of the famous high-level languages. Fortran. In 1957, Fortran formula translation was developed by IBM International Business Machine. It is mainly used for writing applications related to science and engineering fields. It is still in use in many areas such as climate modeling. Do you know Fortran was one of the earliest languages designed for scientists and engineers? COBOL. In 1959, COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language, was initially created by the Short Range Committee. It is used in finance, human resources, and other business applications. The American National Standards Institute (ANSI) has made several revisions of the COBOL language. C or C++. C language is one of the most popular programming language in the field of computer programming. C language was designed by Dennis Ritchie at and T. Bell Labs in 1972. C language is also called a middle-level language because it provides facilities to develop application software as well as system software. C is a flexible language, that is, a program written in this language for one type of computer with one operating system can be used on another type of computer with another type of operating system. C++ and Visual C++ are the recent versions of C language. Java. Java is a platform independent language which is designed to work in the distributed environment on the internet. Java is used in internet programming, mobile devices, games, e-business solutions, etc. Sun Microsystems released the first public implementation of Java 1.0 in 1996. Fourth generation language. Fourth generation languages attempt to make communicating with computers like the way we think and talk with other people. The problem is that still the computer only understands zeros and ones, so a compiler and interpreter must still convert the source code into the machine code. 4GL is also known as a fourth generation language, a domain specific language or high productivity language. It has a very high speed of execution and minimum efforts for the user to obtain any information. 4GL is user friendly, portable, and a machine independent language. It is designed to reduce the level of programming efforts and reduce the overall time it takes to develop software and the cost of software development. Features of fourth generation languages. It is a machine independent language developed for specific purposes. It reduces programming efforts, time, and cost. It uses graphical interface and icons. Fifth generation languages. A fifth generation programming language 5GL uses virtual programming languages or natural languages. It is designed to make the computer solve a given problem without the programmer. It allows the users to interact with the computers without the need of any specialized knowledge. The fifth generation languages are used mainly in the artificial intelligence research. Example OP55 and Mercury. Translator. High level languages are designed keeping in mind the ease for the programmers. These languages are not understood by the computer because it only understands zeros and ones. To make the computer understand a program, it is first converted into a machine language. A software that converts source codes, programs written by the user, into machine codes is called a language translator. A translator works as an interface between a computer program and a computer. A high level language is translated into a machine level language by a translator. This process is called decoding of programs. There are three types of translators: assembler, interpreter, assembler. Assembler is a translator which is used to translate the assembly language code into machine language code. The translated program is called an object program. Assembler checks each instruction for its correctness and generates diagnostic messages if there are mistakes in the program. Source code, assembly process, executable code. Interpreter, source code, interpreter, executable code. Interpreter is a translator which is used to convert programs from a high level language to a machine language. It translates line by line and takes more time in execution. The interpreter takes one line at a time, translates and executes it, and then takes another line. It will stop the translation in case an error occurs. If there is no error, it keeps on doing its work and moves to the next line. The process continues till the end of the program. Compiler. Compiler is used to convert a high-level program into a machine language. It translates the entire program and generates the error report after the translation of the entire page. Source code. Compiler. Executable code. A compiler is fast and time-consuming as compared to an interpreter. Revision time. Programming is the process of writing specific instructions in a computer language. Machine language is the only language that computer understands. Low-level computer languages are either machine codes or are very close to them. Machine language is the only language that is understood directly by the computer. A type of language that is close to human language is called a high-level language. A software that converts source codes, program written by the user, into machine codes is called a language translator.